Hi guys, this is Andre with the Crypto Ball, and second in our series to the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. One of the first coins I bought, actually the very first coin that I ever bought, Ethereum. Today we're going to go over Ethereum. We're going to go over why Ethereum is an absolute behemoth, and we're going to really delve into some of the concepts that people may be missing when it comes to Ethereum, including why it has a little bit more functionality than Bitcoin. Not as secure as Bitcoin, but a lot more functionality. So before we get into that, guys, I'm dressed up like a fortune teller. Brand new costume, by the way. You already know, man. Thank you. Shouts out to Chris Carson for even thinking of me to make this for me. Shoo whoosh. But yeah, we're really going to delve into Ethereum, and this is not financial advice, right? You need to do your own research, your own due diligence. These videos over the top 100 in CoinMarketCap are just general principles, very simple stuff. And I'm going to have links in the description to where you guys can delve in and do your own research, but that's not what this is. So not financial advice, just my opinions on these coins. Nothing more, nothing less. With that being said, we can go into Ethereum. Now, one of the first things that I want to bring people's attention to when we're talking about Ethereum is the primary differences between Ethereum and Bitcoin, because they are massively different. Both innovations and revolutions in finance and technology, no doubt, but their similarities really do end at a base point. First things first here, Ethereum is evolving. It evolves faster than Bitcoin. It's evolving and updating faster than any other coin. Ethereum has the most developers of any blockchain, period, and has had more developers on it for a very long time. Projects are being developed on Ethereum. And when I bring this up, it's easily missed by people that are not looking at these cryptocurrencies for what they are. Projects can build on Bitcoin, but they tend not to, right? They tend not to build on Bitcoin because really, Bitcoin is very simple, right? You have a wallet, I have a wallet, I send Bitcoin, you receive Bitcoin. There's nothing else to it. That's the use case of Bitcoin, and that's all it claims to do, and it does that the best. But what about everything else? The blockchain is changing the way that we live our lives. And yet I just said that the number one cryptocurrency doesn't do anything else. Comes Ethereum. Ethereum is used as a foundation for a myriad of real-world applicable projects. And that's because it, as a foundational blockchain, is so robust and so complex that the applications for it are numerous. And let me give you an example. How many people have heard of NFTs on Bitcoin? No one. No one, because they're just not applicable. And that is because of smart contracts. We don't have nearly enough time to go into smart contracts. Maybe that'll be a different video. Let me know in the description if you would like a video kind of explaining smart contracts. And I'm sure that there's a ton of videos explaining smart contracts online. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put a video explaining smart contracts in the description of this video. But the simple fact of that Ethereum can implement smart contracts in such a robust way really does change the way that we should be thinking of Ethereum. And just really quickly here, as a process here, let's go to something like Maker, right? Maker is a top 60 cryptocurrency in its own right? But really, it's built on the Ethereum blockchain. This whole project which on its own is worth over 1.7 billion, is really just Ethereum. It's really just Ethereum. What about Shiba Inu? Shiba Inu worth close to 14 billion, right? This is a shitcoin, but really it's Ethereum. It's Ethereum. Every time Shiba Inu is utilized, Ethereum is burned due to EIP 1559. We don't have enough time to go over EIP 1559, but I can definitely put some reference material in the description of this video. And how can that be that all of these other projects are on Ethereum, right? It's because Ethereum is a great foundational launchpad to create a lot of different projects with a lot of different use cases in this space, which leads us into DeFi, right? Bitcoin at some point in the future may get into specific aspects of DeFi. But for now, it's just Bitcoin is, you want Bitcoin, I have Bitcoin, I send Bitcoin, you've got Bitcoin. As long as it fits in those parameters, that's all it claims to do. Ethereum claims to do so much more. And when we get into DeFi, right, of course, Bitcoin allows decentralized finance because we can exchange coins and no one knows that we have exchanged those coins other than on the blockchain, right? It escapes the pervasiveness of governments and banks. So it's decentralized in that way. But what about decentralized exchanges like, Uniswap, right? Let's take a look at Uniswap. All Uniswap is a decentralized exchange built on the Ethereum platform that really makes it so that you can get different cryptocurrencies without a centralized entity, without a government, without a banker, right? And Ethereum allows you to do that in a way that Bitcoin does not. And so I've heard this question once again, what's the difference? Why would I ever buy Bitcoin when I can buy Ethereum? Why would I ever buy Ethereum when I can buy Bitcoin? And these are just two separate monsters. And I really wanted to spend a lot of this video talking about those differences. More reference material will be in the description of the video. But I really wanted to extrapolate that for the viewers because I feel that there are some people out there that own Bitcoin and Ethereum and they don't know the difference. They don't know the differences between those concepts. And so we go through our general list here, right? Ethereum offers security and decentralization, though not. It offers more security, or it offers less security than Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is proof of work. It's the most secure. Ethereum is very secure, but not as secure as Bitcoin. In terms of decentralization, Bitcoin is also very decentralized because it was a fair launch. There was no one to disrupt the launch, and there were not people hoarding Bitcoin really when it was first released. But Ethereum did not. It had a launch that was not nefarious, but it wasn't as fair as Bitcoin. And when we're talking about these concepts, as we're talking about proof of work, proof of stake, I already went over the differences between proof of work and proof of stake in my last video, but Ethereum is moving over to proof of stake. And we'll just read it really quickly here. Proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way, depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. The POS system, there is no block reward, so the miners take transaction fees. And the proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. Now, here is where gas fees come into play. The congestion on Ethereum is so great that a large amount of money is required to really utilize the Ethereum blockchain. So that's kind of a negative, right? If you're spending more money to utilize the system, because in Bitcoin, your fees are not going to be nearly as high as on Ethereum. And that's because look at all of the things that are utilizing Ethereum, right? There are so many projects that need Ethereum and that data to be processed. The gas fees are extreme. And so that will lead us into layer twos. But we'll get to layer twos because there's a lot of layer twos on the first page of CoinMarketCap. So we'll get there eventually. But yeah, does this solve a problem? Yes, of course it does. Ethereum is one of the main reasons we have NFTs. It's one of the main reasons we have decentralized exchanges. It's one of the reasons that we have DAOs, that we have a ton of different applications for Ethereum. It is very, very, very innovative, and it absolutely solves a problem. Is it easily used? Depends on the usage, right? Some of these concepts are very difficult for the average individual, but I think that Ethereum is easily used. It's not as simple as Bitcoin, but it has more applications. And can it scale for mass adoption? It's already upon us. The mass adoption of cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are already upon us. And these are types of assets that we should be dollar cost averaging into, not financial advice. But if you are really looking into this technology, if you are really looking at this for what it is, then it should not be hard to convince you to look into these assets in terms of getting onto them and holding onto them. They are better than the dollar. That's a fact. That's a fact. Your dollar is intrinsically worthless, right? There's nothing backing it. And these types of assets are the things that are going to separate the haves and have-nots in the future. So that was just a really quick synopsis about why I think Ethereum is a great asset to hold. Some of the things that it does. I will put more information in the description of this video. Let me know if you guys are liking this series so far. We're only on the second coin, 98 more to go, and these coins are definitely going to get pretty obscure pretty quickly. But if you did not understand some of the concepts that I was talking about, decentralized finance, NFTs, proof of stake versus proof of work, how there are different projects built on different blockchains, make sure that you're doing your research. If you're just trying to listen to this series, but you don't have these concepts down, it's not going to do anything for you. Make sure that you're doing your research. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. I'm Andre. This is the Crypto Ball, and I'll see you guys next time.